Welcome to the Opinionated Cowboys Show. I'm your wonderful host, Daryl McElroy, along with Pepper Stewart.
I'm here, talking about stuff.
We're talking about stuff. Matter of fact, today we're going to talk about Colin Kaepernick. I don't know what her problem is, but we're going to talk about her.
Her?
Well, him.
It. There's a lot to talk about. Is it a person that legitimately wants to play football, or just make a statement?
You know what? I think he's just trying to make a statement. I think he's just trying to keep his marketing up. He called a NFL tryout. Every team, right? That does not happen. And then a couple hours before the tryout, he changes the location of the practice.
The story I got, here's the story I got from my NFL sources, is this. The NFL said, okay, you want to try out, here you go. Here's your day. Here's your location. Go do a tryout. When he got to the location, nobody's going to go because on a Saturday. Everybody's traveling, so not a lot of teams are going. So when he gets to the location, he finds out that his camera crew can't go in. He can't take his own camera crew and film it. He just has to go in and do it. No cameras, no nothing. Do your workout and leave. He threw a fit because he wanted to film it. He wanted his own angles, his own camera crews, whatever. NFL said it's not happening. So he moved his tryout 60 miles the other way to where he could do it how he wanted to do and bring his camera crew and do however he wanted. Well, that flopped.
You think?
So now everybody. There were some people that were still like, hey, give this guy a shot, let him play. If he wants to play, let him play. But the deal is, for one, it's just a publicity deal. He showed his hand right there when he did that. Because if you legitimately wanted to play football, you would have went did your tryout, do what you had to do to satisfy the NFL, and then go hold your private session, 60 miles away and do that. But he didn't. He made it all about publicity. And the second thing is, if he was really that good, he'd be playing in the NFL. Because look at the guys that are in the NFL. Look at the rap sheets, their arrest records, all the BS that those guys have done. They're playing football. If you were good to be playing, that's as simple as that. I don't think anybody wants to take the media circus comes along with it.
No, I think the financial risk of it, that they're more worried about he's going to do another publicity stunt, which I can completely believe he'll do another publicity stunt because he showed it.
Well,
right?
look at the amount of money he got from Nike when he did that. He got a big paycheck. So if you throw a fit and get a big check, why'd you not throw a fit again?
The thing is, I think he really screwed himself with the NFL because there was 26 teams that were going to come watch him play. Was it at the Atlanta Dome, right? Or
right.
Whatever. So he had that lined up, squared away. He was going to go there and then pulled the plug on it. Half the teams weren't even notified, so half the teams couldn't even get there to watch him to start with. Now, when you actually had the opportunity to get in front of those teams, don't you think you would take the opportunity and not try to screw it? So I think he was just screwing the pooch on that because he doesn't want to play in the NFL. He just needed to rekindle something and keep his awareness for whatever he's trying to protest this month out there.
And, like they say, any publicity is good publicity. Whether it's bad or not, it's good. And, in his avenue that he's going and what he's doing, it's working for him. And it's working so much that it was on every TV station. Every talk show's talking about it. And we're talking about it. So, his point to get his name out there and to keep everything stirred up is working in his favor.
Well, the difference between them and them, we're calling him a dumbass. They're not. They're talking about how he's a marketing genius. I think he is a dumbass. And I hope he doesn't get in the NFL because he sucked as a quarterback. He was a second string when he got let go or everything happened with the 49ers. He had like 9 interceptions. Horrible numbers to start with. So if you're a crappy quarterback, you're a crappy quarterback. Move on. Dude, get a life. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on it. But that's my opinion because we're the Opinionated Cowboys.
I don't know. I said we're moving to the country and eat a lot of peaches. Is that how it goes? We eat a lot of peaches?
Well, it definitely involves the presidents of the United States.
Well, that's the name of the band.
It is.
It is. So we're
on cassette tape.
On a cassette tape. Cassettes.com. Google that, youngins. Peaches. We're talking about peaches. I saw a sign of the day that said, I am peaches. Looking for I am peaches. So that goes to show the education system's paying off well. Well, we're going to talk about that. Everybody else talking about it, so why not dive into the BS that's going on up yonder in the White House area.
I was going to say it's not in the White House. It's
in the
actually
area.
in the Capitol. But
It's like
yeah,
down the
still.
street, kind
Right.
of like down the street type deal. But
Across from the Smithsonian over at the other side there. Yeah.
if you say that, nobody knows. All they know is that picture of that big white building.
True.
That's all they know.
Fair enough.
That's all they show you on TV.
So what do you think about this whole impeachment hearing? Well, it's over now. The impeachments are
Yeah.
over. So, well, the first hearing.
I think
is
it's hilarious. To me, I think it's funny. I mean, you elected a guy to run the country that does what he does, runs businesses. So he runs the country like a business. He doesn't care what you think. He doesn't care what you say. He does what he wants to do. So he does things a little bit different. And then America went nuts because he won, because he became president. So ever since he became president, they have done everything they could, upside down, backwards, inside and out, to try to run him out of town. And I find it hilarious that they're like, you know what? There's no way we're ever going to beat this guy until his 8 years are up. So let's find a way to throw him out. So all they've done for the last, 4 years now, 3-4 years now, is try to find a way to kick him out of the office. And I just think that's funny.
So, okay, we had the Mueller investigation, correct?
Okay.
Then we had, that didn't stick. So then the Russian interference,
Right.
Mueller investigation, those didn't stick. So then he got in the middle of the investigation, so they're trying to get him for that. With what was he trying
Corruption?
to do?
Talking about corruption.
Something on that asset. So that one didn't work.
Another big word they learned in that big house.
So then they got the whistleblower, but there's not a whistleblower that they know of because they can't produce him or they won't produce him. But Adam Schiff knows about the whistleblower, but something of that. And then that's not sticking. Have you watched or listened to any of the trials?
I have. I've watched some of it, and it's very entertaining at times because I was watching the other day, and there was a guy, and he was saying all this stuff, and then they started asking questions. Well, did you hear this? He's like, well, no. Did you see this? Well, no. No. So like, okay, you've been up here for however long talking about stuff, and you have no actual knowledge of anything. It's like it's my grandma's uncle's brother or sister told me something, and I'm gonna run with it. And I think that's hilarious.
Well, okay, and so media bias. And so everybody says there's not media bias. There is media bias. Of course, it depends if you're right, left, in the middle, off to the far ends. I tell you the best way to know and realize that there's media bias, one simple step. Go to a gym. Hear me out. Go to any gym, LA, Planet, one of those, get on a treadmill. Now, what is in front of your treadmill?
The TVs.
There's like 20 TVs stretched across the top.
Yes.
Every news outlet you can think of is on there.
Yep.
So, trying to lose weight and get back to my studly form, that'll never happen, but I'm trying like hell. Sit in front of one of these treadmills every night.
You sit in front of the treadmill?
Yeah, because I'm a fat ass. So, as I am watching these TVs, there's every major network on, and all of them at the same time, the nightly news, discussing all the different things that are happening. So, you have Fox News showing all the clips and everything of when everybody's saying, no, I don't recall, no, I wasn't there, no, I just heard my cousins, nephews, nieces, aunts, brother-in-law told the butler this.
Mm-hmm.
But then on the other channels, right, then you have the other conversation that happened, and they're like, well, you're correct, yes, I did hear this, I did hear that. Nobody ever asked. So if you put them together, they both contradict themselves completely.
Yeah.
So it's hilarious. You sit there on a treadmill, but you're reading all this, and you're reading all the stuff, and you can see, okay, this one says that he did do this one says he didn't do this, and then you can tell the people in the gym which way they're leaning because the left-leaning are going yes, and they're always stationed right in front of the CNN chair, TV, and then you got the rights that are always over there on the Fox channel, so it's pretty hilarious, and of course I'm right in between because I'm like the Discovery Channel and Home and Garden. Yeah. I'm right in between.
And I noticed that because when I'm at the gym, yes, I'm there too. I do watch TV. I do what you're saying. I do that. I'll watch the screens, and when they're talking about stories, I'll watch the the ticker that goes across the bottom, and you'll see this one go across, this one go across, and the exact same story, but it's just totally different. And there is a bias in media, and if they say there's not, they're lying to you because there is. I mean, it's just like if you do any research at all. Okay, say they're talking about that Trump called somebody's like, hey, we're not doing money or doing this, that, the other, or whatever. So you keep hearing all this hearsay about that. But if you take 2 seconds and Google Joe Biden, Ukraine, you see him on TV saying, you know what, I called them and said, you don't fire this guy, you don't get no money. And that's on TV.
True.
But you don't see anybody playing that. So it is funny, the fact that you've got this guy in the White House that's got the cards stacked against him double time, and they're doing their best to try to beat him out, and they're just running in circles. But there's other things that Trump is doing and not doing. Here's the problem that I have. Rural America. He runs on this. You know, I'm for the rural America. I'm for rural America. I'm going to help you this and help that, and we're going to get this trade deal with China to get beef. We're going to get this trade deal with Japan for beef. We're going to get beef here, beef, all this, and nothing's happening. It has not happened. You know, he's playing towards the rural America, which a lot of his fan base is from rural America, and he's just playing with them on these issues, but nothing's happening. And if you go and look at cattle prices right now, they're terrible because cows are going nowhere. So all these import, export, whatever, we're going to ship beef everywhere, that's not happening. So we need to see something. Something needs to happen. Something needs to change. And they say they're going to do it. You know, maybe he's busy dealing with these phone calls and this impeachment thing and tweeting and everything, but still, there's other areas in America that do need attention.
Agreed. Okay. Welcome back to the Opinionated Cowboys. I'm Daryl McElroy, along with Pepper.
I'm here.
So, Pepper, let's talk about presidential candidates on the Democratic side.
Can I run?
Shit, why not? Everybody else is. What do we got on the list now? I think we're up to, 20, 25?
A lot. There's a lot of them. There's a few. I don't know. The list I've got, you've got Biden, you've got Warren, Sanders, Buttigieg, Harris, Yang, Klobuchar, Booker, Gabbard, Steyer, Castro, and I think another one just jumped in.
Well, Michael Bloomberg just jumped in. That was a great one. Okay, let's break them down. So you got Michael Bloomberg, right? He's a multi-billionaire, owns Bloomberg, the media outlets, the organizations, right? Do you think it's kind of biased that he actually has a bunch of media outlets that work for him?
Maybe he'll get free advertising.
Well, today it came out in the news that Bloomberg's chief editor, which basically is the guy that's taking over all of Bloomberg's stuff while he's gone, put a letter out to all their journalists that they're not allowed to do any stories, negative stories on Bloomberg or any of the presidential candidates, but they can do negative stories on anybody on the Republican Party.
That sounds biased to me.
Just a tad bit, right? That just hit today. I was listening to it. It was all in the news about, and the guy signed it. He put this memo out, and the chief editor signed it, and he told them all that you can't dig up any dirt on any of the Democrats, but please go out and do it on the Republican side.
Well, that makes sense, because if you've been following anything that has to do with the election, which you cannot follow it with that if you don't have TV, but that seems to go, lockstep with their the way they run things on that side.
Okay, now who else we got on there? So we got Joe Biden. Do we really need to say anything about Joe Biden?
He'll smell your hair. I mean,
he is kind of creepy, ain't he?
I don't know.
Okay, Cory Booker.
Does he speak Spanish? Was he one of the guys that was speaking Spanish that time?
He attempted to speak Spanish. He is from, I believe, is he New York? Where's he out of? New York?
I think so.
Hold on, we're going to our crack research team. Cory Booker's out of where?
He comes from
New Jersey, the New Jersey senator.
New Jersey, right?
Yep.
He's kind of a smart aleck. I kind of like him on that aspect of it.
Oh, yeah.
Really don't really care too much about him.
Who else you got? You got Warren.
Elizabeth Warren?
Warren Beatty?
Warren Beatty. I think he'd be a better president than our warrior princess, Elizabeth Warren. So that was kind of disappointing that she's not Indian. So you got Pete Buttigieg. So have you ever heard of Pete Buttigieg before all this happened?
No, never.
See, I have.
Okay.
I've had the privilege of knowing who he is because he is the mayor of
a town?
A little town. Well, a little town that's known for a big university.
All right.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
So his little town that he oversees is horrible. That's where Notre Dame's at.
All right.
And it's just it's a mess. And
Kinda
he can't even take care of his own town. How can he be the president of the United States?
So it's kind of like the cathedral that burnt. It's kind of a mess.
It's completely a mess.
Different Notre Dame.
And they say he's racist, but I don't think he's
Whoa!
really racist.
You can't say that on TV.
This is the internet. We can say whatever we want to say.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, you're wearing blue. So you're the Democratic. Well, I am too.
Dang it. Oh,
I got a little bit of red in there.
okay. I got a red pen. That's okay because I'm neither. I'm more independent than anything because I like to classify myself as what they call a free thinker.
A free thinker.
I like to think for myself. I like to pick and choose what I like and what I don't like. I
Right.
don't want to be stuck in a box.
So Pete Buttigieg, he's the mayor of South Bend, Indiana. That's the home of Notre Dame.
Booty judge.
The booty judge, right?
That's
The guy's a smooth talker.
Yeah.
He's great. A lot of the millennials like him. I guess him and I don't know if it's his husband or if
No, it's his husband.
he called it his husband.
Yeah, because where they were at, I think where they were at, they are married now.
Well, I know they're married, and that's
I
no
heard
big
something-
deal.
I think they said. I think they some news station the other day. I think they did reference them as husband and husband.
Husband and husband. Okay. So he seems like a nice guy and everything, but he just did a horrible town. And if you talk to anybody in South Bend, or even some of the towns around South Bend, they all tell you about how horrible of a mayor he is. And there's like a lot of uprising there with the police force because how he's handling stuff and all that stuff. So I think he needs to go back home and handle his own stuff before
Handles business. Okay.
Right. Julian Castro. Now, Julian's a fellow Texan. I wish we could kick him out of Texas, but he is a fellow Texan. His twin brother in San Antonio. They were
Fidel.
just about right. I remember these guys 20 years ago when I lived in San Antonio.
All right. What were they doing?
They were trying to get into local politics at the time. They were like county commissioner, running for all that stuff. And, they were just as annoying as they are now. And then I guess they kissed enough butt and got into the Obama administration, got something of something, and now they think they're bad dogs and they need to run for president. John Delaney. Is it Delaney?
Delaney?
Yeah. I really don't know much about him. You got Tulsi Gabbard. Weren't we talking about her earlier?
Tulsi, yeah. I think she's the only one that's not insane on the Democratic side.
She actually has some. She's the one that doesn't believe in all the socialist stuff.
Yeah, she doesn't follow their. They don't they don't want her running as a Democrat because they say she's not Democratic enough.
Oh, well, that's one that Clinton said that she was a Russian plant.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Kamala Harris. For some reason, I just don't like her. She just kind of strikes me as odd.
Yeah, she gripes too much. Can you say that?
Amy Klobuchar.
I don't even know who that is.
That's that one right there in front of you.
Oh, I see it. I don't know what she does though.
She's another one that just talks way too much. Right along with Bernie Sanders, our favorite socialist. Everybody loves a socialist.
Every time I see Bernie Sanders on TV, I think I'm about to see a KFC commercial. That's why I'm like,
Colonel Sanders.
"Eat my chicken. I got some chicken here. Want some chicken?" That's what I think I see Colonel Sanders when he popped up on TV.
So you got Tom Sawyer.
Stoyer?
Okay, so this guy, and this is funny because you got all these people here, right? And they're all railing on millionaires and billionaires and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then half the people on this list are all millionaires.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious, right? Because they say,
But you're not.
they're evil millionaires.
But you're not supposed to know that because the way things work is you don't do any research on your own. You only listen to what they tell you. That's how the Democratic side works. You don't research on your own. You only listen to what we tell you.
Oh, like Bernie Sanders is that poor senator that owns 3 houses, and he got, was it $2 million advance signing on his new book deal, and he got like $3 million off his last book deal, which would make him a multimillionaire.
But you're not supposed to know that.
True. But,
That's top secret
those
information.
Darn millionaires. They're horrible.
Okay, this Steve guy, I got to throw this out there because I was sitting somewhere yesterday watching TV. And I saw a commercial this guy did. And I don't know what he was talking about or anything he said other than the belt he had on was the worst belt I've ever seen anybody wear.
Fashion faux pas. That right there should be kicked out
So
of
I was just like, wait a minute. I don't know what's going on with this belt. but you're done.
So we're going to just grade the Democrats on fashion now?
But we're gonna have to. What you got to pick? You done picked everything else. You got to throw them off on fashion now. But yeah, I just want that. Now that I said that, whenever you see that commercial, you see what I'm talking about. Looked like somebody had a Skittle belt on.
A Skittle belt. Interesting. All right, well, leave us your comments. Tell us who you think should be the presidential candidates, and what's your thoughts on Crazy Bernie, Bloomberg, Gabbard, all the other ones.
What? But I'm gonna run in 2020. Me, vote now. Click it.
Hey, it's the Opinionated Cowboys. I'm Daryl McElroy, along with
Me?
him. So this week, the conclusion of the 2019 Wrangler. Well, it's not Wrangler, is it?
No,
they're not Wrangler. Why aren't they Wrangler?
It's it's PRCA national. It's a national.
Well, it's a team rope, or no team roping, steer roping.
Steer roping.
Steer tripping.
It's so confusing.
Yes, you figure that'd be part of the Wrangler deal. I wonder why these guys hate us so much.
Because we don't know enough about roping.
About steer roping.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I do know enough about roping to catch cows in the pasture. And I will go to a roping pen from time to time and look like a fool. Okay, so my attempt has been made. And then when my shoulder heals back up enough again, I'll make another attempt. I was going to go last week, but it didn't feel right. So
okay, so trying to get back on track here. Last week, the National Finals Steer Roping 2019 came to a conclusion, and Trevor Brazile won his 25th buckle and walked away with the finals. So what do you have to say about that one?
$128,000 in his PRCA standings right there.
For the year, that's not bad.
Pretty good chunk of change for a part-time
gig.
Part-time roping, yeah, pretty good. And then I seen that they kept in the family. Tough did pretty good up there. Picked up a buckle, so
Okay.
keep it in the family. But it happened, and people were confused because I put this story out the other day, and I couldn't tell you how many people was wanting to know how we already knew who won the steer roping when the national finals hadn't started yet.
Because the steer roping is different from the rodeo, but it's all the same.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they don't get to do – well, I guess they'll walk red carpet anyways. Cooper will because he's going in the calf roping. But Trevor will be there, as always. But a bunch of those guys won't be because they're all just steer ropers, right?
Steer ropers. Calf. Some of them, you got a few calf ropers in there. There's team ropers in there that hit a few other things, do some multi-talent. That's also where your all-around comes from for those folks that also wonder how somebody can only compete in one event at the NFR and win the all-around. So like, how they were just team roping or they were just in the calf roping. How did they win the all-around? Well, because of the steer roping. But they did, I was very surprised about this. They did put the steer roping not on national TV, but they did stream it on Pro Rodeo TV. Stream that. And if you're on Pro Rodeo TV, look around, you'll find me talking like an idiot on some rodeos. But it was on Pro Rodeo TV. And so I was very surprised that they did stream that. But the other thing about that is it's paid subscriptions. You got to pay to watch it. So I don't know how many of the rodeo activists are going to pay to watch that event to get videos and things for their activism, because that's what they do. And then I thought, you know what? Let me hit the YouTube right quick. And I went to YouTube, and sure enough, people from the stands, you had the steer roping actual video where they know how to shoot the camera right, where you can make it look like it should look for TV. And then you got everybody else with their cell phones in the stands showing all the jerks and flips and everything else. So now all the activists don't have to pay for a subscription. They just wait and go on YouTube for you to post your videos.
Yay, congratulations.
So whenever everybody, these rodeo fans, complain about activism and activists and everything, think about that next time you post your video, either on your social media or YouTube, whatever. Whenever you post that, think about what you're posting, because you are contributing to the problem.
There you go. So let's go down the rundown. First place, Trevor Brazile walked away with $129,552.32. Vin Fisher Jr. out of Andrews, Texas, $121,000. Landon, Tuff, Garrett, Tom Fisher, Scott, Tony, Rocky Patterson, Chet. All those guys rounded out. The bottom guy, the 15, he had $43,000. So if you wanted to go to the National Final Steer Opening, pretty simple. Just win you about $50,000. Spend about $100,000 in entry fees, about $120,000 on horses, and $200,000 on a truck and trailer, and I'm sure you can make it.
There you go. Simple as that. Easy plan. You know what? You should write that plan down and sell it on the internet.
Do you know the top 8 guys are all from Texas?
Well, that's because all the Cowboys come from Texas.
And then Kansas, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Colorado, Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas again.
But they are in Texas. But some of them move here.
Yeah, they all transplants.
Well, they come down here and hang around Stevensville for a while and realize how nice the winter is compared to North Dakota or Wyoming. They're like, you know what? I think I'll move to Texas. So you got some transplants, but hey, you came, so bring it on. And just when you come from California, once you cross Arizona, leave all your California there. Don't be bringing that over here. We don't want none.
No, like
You can come, but
stay
don't
in
bring,
Arizona.
Yeah, don't bring your thoughts and your taxes and your nonsense. Don't bring that with you.
Yeah, because somebody will do an evil meme about us.
They will. And somebody did that. I don't know which one of these knuckleheads threw some shade, but they shaded us like a big oak tree.
It's like the cat shade.
Yes.
Damn cat thing.
Better clean up that cat shade out of that floor.
Oh, Lordy. Are you about tired of the cat meme anyways?
Man, that cat meme has been beat to death.
Like, seriously, beat to death. Like a dead cat. Like 9 lives still going, kind of.
Still going. But not actually beat to death, Peter. Nobody touched a cat. Sorry. It's just
Figuratively speaking.
Yeah, that's it.
Of course, we might get a bat and hit this cat's meme, but hey,
don't do that.
that's all I got.
That's all he's got. That's all I got. So we're going to get out of here.
See ya.
Cut.
Cut it. Cut it out.
Okay.
No.
Dun 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 dun.